Welcome to Ignite, the place where every man, father, and son can get fired up and inspired to become more impactful, successful, and mindful in everything they do. I'm your host, Kristian Moore. Today, we have the joy of sitting down with Berto Gonzales with For Them Gainz Fitness. His story will shock you, inspire you, and exemplify the true power of humanity to transform pain into power. Berto has overcome so many obstacles and challenges in his life and has a powerful story of courage, resilience, and victory as the owner of a successful fitness coaching business. Alex Benavidez of Elemental Alignments joined me and Berto on a call today where we got to hear the raw truth of his beginnings, as well as how that turned into his career path that he's on today, transforming lives as fast as humanly possible. I'm so excited to share this interview with you today.
Welcome back, bro, for part 2 of this. The devil was trying to keep us down last time, but he couldn't stop us. Let's go ahead and jump into about yourself and get into your story.
Yeah, man. So I was raised by a single mom. My biological father was a womanizer. Eventually, my mom left him and came into contact with my sister's dad. My sister's dad used to be just physically abusive, not knowing when I was going to get the belt, or, not knowing when I was going to be, locked up in my room for who knows how long, weeks at a time. Eventually, my mom left him, married another man. He was probably more abusive than the first. He had 2 stepsons, and he would just really just physically abuse them. He would never, lay a finger on me, but eventually he did start abusing me as well, just physically, or just beating, stuff like that. I can really relate to people when they tell me that they had a really rough upbringing and, a rough childhood.
So in those moments of abuse, what did you feel in those traumas? And like, what were your coping mechanisms as a child and able to pull through, or even if you shut down, like what would you do as a child?
Honestly, like my coping mechanism as a child was sports. I was just really heavy into sports, and I really truly feel that that was just like a getaway for me. Like it was just like an escape, because every single night, like literally, I didn't know what I was gonna come home to. I would say probably 90% of the time that it was some type of argument, especially when my mom wasn't around. There would be some type of altercations. I would just spend my every hour that I could out playing with the kids, and when we would be out there, we'd be playing sports, basketball, street ball, baseball, football, whatever it was. I would just do that until the sun went down. Honestly, I would say that was my my coping mechanism growing up, for sure.
Nice. So then the fitness has always been a big part of your life and leading to what you do now.
Oh yeah. I think that's why I do what I do now. I've always just had that physicality part in me.
That's awesome. So going a little bit into your career and how you help people there, why don't you tell us a little bit about like your business and the things that you do at your gym and the inspiration that you provide to people?
Yeah, bro. So basically, I'm a personal trainer. I help people transform their lives in the quickest amount of time possible. Basically, incorporate a lot of resistance training, a lot of high intensity like interval training, a lot of cardio, just like a really clean diet. Supplements if they want to get into those, we could do that too. But my specialty is major transformations. We have tons of transformations on our website. What separates me from everybody else is that not only do I try to work on them, physically, we try to work on them mentally and spiritually as well. Try to open up their mind to the fact that it's not just a physical transformation, but it's a mental and a spiritual journey into better health as well, especially long lasting, sustained better health. I'm open to training the public. They just know that they're, sick and tired of being sick and tired. They see me and they see what God has done in my life. I think low-key, it's a pretty cool ministry. I wouldn't consider myself a pastor by any means, but I do what I can out here on these streets that God's called me to improve.
That's really awesome, bro. And just giving those people an outlet to come in and to find God, you know what I mean, in whatever way that may be, and being able to push themselves. And I know when I'm in the gym and those chemical releases are happening. You know what I mean? You're connected to God, you're connected to spirit, and then like you said, finding that Holy Ghost. Is there anybody that walked into your gym and someone whose story was so touching to you and you were able to help turn their lives around?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with this specific one. She actually lost like close to 100 pounds, which is cool. You know, that's pretty much what most people are seeking. But I feel like the bigger picture is that she was like suicidal. She was just like in like a really dark place. She turned her back on the church. She was not going. She just said she was just over that and like over the people because her mother had passed away and nobody really reached out and cared to see where she was. It just put a really bad taste in her mouth. After her transformation, we got her back into church and she's just like a soldier for Christ now, man. And it's just it's really cool just seeing her make that transformation. It's just I'm just extremely blessed to see people's lives literally transform before my very eyes. So yeah, that was a cool instance.
That's so awesome, bro. Just to being able to witness the transformation, as you said, you know what I mean, to see this woman who's, you know what I mean, turned her back on the church and ready to turn her back on her life essentially, and being able to give her that outlet and to help her to find God through physical fitness and through training. And like you said, now she's a soldier, and I'm sure she probably has like the biggest spirit and is such an amazing person. You just were able to go in there and draw that out for her.
Yeah, man, she definitely has a very kind soul for sure. But yeah, it's just cool to be able to see her, show everybody she's a very very kind spirit.
That's awesome, bro. If you could give one message of inspiration to all the listeners who got to sit with us and listen to your story and are going to be touched by your story, I mean, what would your message be?
Like honestly, the only message that I really have is Jesus Christ, because we can have all the passion and all the desires and just all the zest for whatever type of avenue in life, but if we don't pair that up with Jesus Christ and God, it's really not gonna amount to anything. And I could say that from personal experience. I was just like really blessed as a kid in terms of like whatever I set my mind to. But at the end of the day, like I noticed this pattern that it would always get taken away, and it would always be when I was doing like the best at whatever it was, you know. I just started to realize that like I need to humble myself and I just need to realize that it's not me who's doing this, like it's God, and He's given me the ability to be able to do all these things. And once I truly found that, that's when things just started to take off to like beyond my wildest imaginations. And yeah, if there was one message that I could give to everybody and anybody listening, it would be find God and just surrender yourself to God and just let Him guide you. And, it takes a lot of weight off your shoulders, to be honest.
That's beautiful, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Those are all the questions that I have, and your story is inspirational, bro. And I wish you all the success in your career, in your relationship with God, and helping people find God. And I would love, when we get done with this, to get like all the information from for your gym and everything, so that way we'll be able to turn people on to you, and send people who are missing God in their lives, and being able to reach out to you. And even if it's not through fitness, maybe you could point them in another direction, being just the church or another fellowship or something like that, man. But I really appreciate you coming on with us, and it's been a pleasure to meet you, bro.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure meeting you too. Thanks for having me, man. I
You're,
appreciate it.
you're welcome, brother. Have a good night. God bless you.
I brother. God bless.
Well, you heard it from Berto himself, a story of desperate beginnings. A young child who did not get the love, the support, or the care and attention that he needed. Instead of being crushed under this pressure, Berto turned to sports, using his own physical strength as an outlet to take those negative experiences from home and turn them into gains in the gym. Before we let Berto go, I made sure to give him one last chance to share how you can reach him if you're interested in transforming your life as fast as humanly
If
possible.
you're out there and you're looking to transform your life in the quickest amount of time, humanly possible, we're the training team for you. All we need to do is just schedule your initial consultation. I'll sit down with you. I'll get to know what your goals are in full detail. I'll put together a short session based on what your goals are. That way you could get a feel for what we're doing, and that way you could get a feel for my training style as well. Best way to get a hold of me would be through Messenger. My Facebook is Berto Gonzales. My Instagram is For Them Gainz Fitness, and my website is ForThemGainz.co. Any one of those avenues, we can get that free consultation going, and God will take care of the rest.
That's it for this first episode of Ignite. I hope you've been inspired and encouraged just as I have by Berto's story. And I've taken away powerful lessons that you can apply to your own life. One thing's for sure, if you are lonely, hopeless, depressed, anxious, angry, or just feeling down about life in general, take that pain and turn it into gains at the gym. And if you're in the Denver area, make sure to hit up Berto on Facebook or through his website and get one of his free consultations at the gym, where he'll help you understand the steps that you need to take to achieve your goals as fast as humanly possible. Remember to stay mindful and focused on your goals, taking one step at a time. Stay fired up and keep igniting the lives of those around you with your passion and drive for life. I'm Kristian, signing off.